All right. Okay. Hi, Aisha. How are you? Okay. So we're finally live for our second lockdown session of this week. And I'm just going to start by introducing myself. I'm Maham. I'm the marketing manager of Plan 9. And everybody knows what Plan 9 is. As an incubator. We're a technology incubator who's a home for startups for 6 months. And we offer them a bunch of services for free. With us, we have Tuba. Tuba, do you want to introduce yourself?
No, you go ahead. I'm just looking at
Okay. Okay. This is Tuba Shams. She's our marketing associate for Plan 9. And she manages all the content and everything for the incubator. And with us, we have Aisha Nasir, who's the founder of our currently incubated startup Stadium. So yay. Hi, Aisha. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just want to briefly start by telling everyone that even though Aisha is the founder of a startup called Scary Me right now, but her background is very interesting. So I think originally she's a doctor. She's done her MBBS. And then she did her master's in journalism from Columbia University. And she worked in, I think, आपने Express में काम किया है काफी साल?
And Dunya and BBC and timemagazine.com and
okay, so lots of places.
And the
then,
news.
Yeah, and then Aisha realized that I'm going to be my own boss. And because she had the mileage and she had a great idea, so she created this forum where she's got lots of mothers and children. It's called Scary Me, and she provides all kinds of content for them. It's a platform to just communicate with each other, to solve each other's problems. And she hosts events and does PR and promotes their products. And Aisha, aap thoda sa khud bata do, give in 2 lines like what Scary Me is and what you do.
The Scary Me is the world's first Desi Ammi brand. It's like literally the world's first, because isse pehle I'm not aware of any brand of Desi Ammihood, because the way we bring up children is very specific to the East, is very specific to Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. So the way we bring up Ammis is like the Desi Ammihood, and Scary Me is very specific to this.
Okay, we have 2 guests with us today for this session. One is Ms. Tahreem, who's an educationist, and she's going to be joining us today and, talking about a bunch of things. And the other person is Amina. She's a psychotherapist, and she's also going to join in with us today to talk about, different issues, what kind of therapy is required, what you should be doing at home. I think Tahreem is here with us. Assalamu alaikum, Tahreem. How are you?
Alaikum assalam. I'm good. How are you all?
I'm good. Aap bataएं, thank you for joining us today. And thoda sa in 2 lines, can you tell me all about yourself? What do you do?
First of all, thank you for inviting me here and giving me this opportunity to share my views on education during this lockdown.
Thank you for joining us.
So I'm basically a software engineer turned an educationist and an entrepreneur. So I have been working as an assistant professor in higher education in Pakistan for past 10 years. I have recently started my own consultancy based startup where I want to, bring parents and teachers together for creating a more positive and productive generation. Having said that, all the distractions being around by the social media and these things and how technology is evolving around the globe on the whole. So I'm here to share my own tips and my own experiences with respect to how parents can help their children being more productive and having less screen time during this lockdown. So I hope it.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Tahreem. And I think Amina has joined us now also. Hello, Amina. How are you?
Hi. How are you? Hi, Maham.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for joining us today. So we were just listening to Tahreem's introduction. So can you also quickly tell us in 2 lines about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I'm a therapist. I'm a mommy of 3, and I have my private practice, and I'm a tutor at Therapy Works.
Okay. All right. And are you what is your current, are you working from home also? How are you providing sessions online to people who want to get in touch with you?
So I am providing online sessions. I provide online sessions with a referral. I don't just take anyone in. So I would have like one removed, say I do take a referral because there's only so many slots in a week. So that's how I do work. And yeah, I work from home, and the lockdown has made my entire practice be online. So like everybody else, I'm quite new to this. So yeah,
Okay.
that's about it.
So, Acha,
All right.
so let's
So
start with
let's start, yeah.
with my first question. What are the top 3 things that you think mothers are facing during this lockdown time? Like, I want to ask this question from Tahreem, and then you can also join in.
So,
Sorry.
हाँ जी
Sorry,
बोले
you
आमना.
continue.
हाँ, you guys continue.
So I didn't get the question. What are the top 3 things that we're facing in the lockdown?
That mothers are facing. Do you think that
Yeah.
mothers are facing in this lockdown?
So I think this first most important thing that we need to discuss, that the world is collectively grieving. So as a therapist, it's very obvious that we are in a place where the whole world is collectively grieving, and in which the children are there, the kids are there. My, like, as a therapist, my grief and my clients' grief for the first time is the same. It's not unique. So it's a very different, and I would like to add, alien environment that we're in. So I don't think in my lifetime I've ever experienced grief like this. So it's all very new. So for me, the number one thing that we're facing is uncertainty all around the board. Uncertainty in school life, uncertainty in how we are going to raise our kids. So there's a lot of uncertainty. So that for me is it's number one.
All right. What about you, Tahreem? How do you feel that mothers are because all the schools are shut down and everything, so those whose kids are currently enrolled in school, how do you think are dealing with this case? School band ho gaye hain aur sab ghar baithe hui hain.
Actually, for me, I believe that mothers are facing, the mothers are the one category in our country who are facing most out of this lockdown, because they have to do their regular household tasks, and they have to have the children make their children sit and complete their tasks which have been assigned by their respective schools. And if a mother is also working, and she has been assigned some work from the workplace, so it's getting difficult for the mother, especially the working mother. I won't say that the mother sitting at home or the housewives who they would not be facing any difficulty in this situation, but for working mothers, it's getting very difficult for them to manage all the tasks at the same time, because their workplace is also home, their children's workplace is also home, or in most cases their husband's workplace is also their home, and they have to side by side complete all these things running around the house. And in some cases the maids are also have been advised to not come. So
like my maids are not coming, so even though I don't have kids right now, I'm going crazy. So
same here. So I believe mothers are, it's yes, I would second Amna's opinion that it's about uncertainty. But having said that, there are so many things on your mind that you are at least sometimes bothered about what future is bringing towards you. You are just concerned about how you are going to complete or fulfill your day-to-day task.
अच्छा, तो तहरीम मुझे आप ये बताएं कि मतलब पहले 1 हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते के लिए लॉकडाउन हुआ, सो कॉल्ड लॉकडाउन. अब मेरा ख्याल है उन्होंने उसको 2 हफ्ते और एक्सटेंड किया है. अब जहां तक हमें सुनने में आ रहा है, आई मीन फ्रॉम व्हाट आई नो इज दैट 31st मई तक तो आई थिंक फॉर श्योर बंद है. And I think there's some news rumors floating around that this may also get extended till maybe August, September. Like maybe वो June, July, August को भी बंद कर दें. तो how do you think it's going to affect the education system overall and a kid's growth? मतलब बहुत सारे बच्चों को उन्होंने promote कर दिया एक क्लास से दूसरी क्लास में without exams. अगर 6 महीने के लिए सारे education system बंद हो जाती हैं, तो इससे क्या impact पड़ेगा on a child? Like एक वो जो flow टूटी है, like right before the final exams, what kind of impact will the child go through? And Amna, I want you to answer this as well, like after that.
Yeah.
Maham, actually, it is going to have a huge impact on us, all of us. I mean, you know, every category of students, be it elementary students, be it high school students, middle school students, or even university, you know, university going students. You know, because I have been working in academia, so I have been, you know, facing. Maham, is there any? Just a minute. There was some distraction, I believe.
I think वो आयशा के mic से आ रही है, but please go ahead. वो मैंने तुबा अगर if you can mute her for a second जब तक
I have mute her. I don't know ये किससे आ रही है.
Right. So, जो मैं भी बात कर रही थी, you know, it is going to have huge impact. Basically, you know, because I am from academia and I'm conducting my sessions on Zoom, right? And I am facing difficulties for you know, final year students, and they are facing difficulties. Even that I have, you know, a mechanism with which, you know, I can share my whiteboard, I can write live equations with them. We can, you know, solve the computations and the problems in live sessions, interactive sessions. But, you know, I feel that, you know, having interacting with the students one-to-one in the classrooms is much more easier than, you know, having to get connected with them through this,
online,
you know, online
Zoom
platform, because you are not able to understand their feelings, you know, you are not able to understand what problems. I mean, sometimes when I'm taking classes, they, I mean, report me that, or they tell me that they understand everything, but from their faces I can understand that, you know, there are something
समझ नहीं आ रहा.
exactly, they are not able to, plus there are so many students, Maham, which, you know, who are very shy by nature, who don't like to interact. So even when they were not interacting in the classrooms, how would they, you know, interact with this all tech-based, you know, platform? But I think and I believe that, you know, it's this pandemic has, you know, have affected the globe in the same way it is affecting the third world countries. You know, there is no discrimination whether it's first world or, you know, the developed or developing countries so far. So, you know, we as a whole, the mothers, I mean, I won't say the mothers, I would say we as parents, as students, as educationists, we all should, you know, come forward and work together, because, you know, we are also facing difficulties. But, you know, it's better to, you know, somehow cope up with all these challenges, bringing new pedagogical mechanisms, rather than, you know, sitting idle at home and doing nothing. So, you know,
and you know, I just want to add, as a mom myself to like 4 kids, 4 of whom have actually done online classes. What I've realized that the problem is not that we've gone online, but we haven't adopted the idea of a digital education. So हमारे यहाँ online है कि जो lecture teacher classroom में देती थी ना, वो अब जाकर वो online डाल दिया. That's not what digital education is all about. Like, I'll give you an example. So HSN College is, you know, an amazing institution and obviously very prestigious. So their way of going online is that they upload all the homework online and we download it and print it. That is an online education, but it's not digital. Digital means you have 3D effects, 4D effects, voice effects, animations. अब अगर आपने lecture देना है Zoom पे, तो वो तो कभी भी कामयाब नहीं होगा, because Zoom is not, मतलब online education में आपको इतनी और 100 चीजें चाहिए. Look at Khan Academy, a great example of an online of a digital education. Look at programs like Cosmic Yoga, fitness programs that are truly digital because of their content. Like, the content is created in a digital manner. So जब आप सिर्फ एक, मतलब जिस तरह अगर आप नॉर्मल लेक्चर देते हो क्लास में, अगर आप उसको जूम पे ले गए हो, so that's not digitalizing education. That's simply आप एक मीडियम बदल. So,
मुझे ये लगता है कि ये एक एडिशनल एक हेडेक आ गया है कि अच्छा, अब हमने ऑनलाइन, हमें काम आ गया है और हम लोग उसका प्रिंट आउट लें और अब हम फिर से मदर्स की पूरी एफर्ट लगती है उनको वो काम करवाने. तो बजाय से कि हम वर्कबुक्स जो कि ऑलरेडी वर्कबुक्स होती हैं स्पेशली छोटे बच्चों की, आप उन पेज नंबर डिसाइड कर लो क्या इनसे कर ले. वो एडिशनल जो वर्कशीट्स अपलोड हो रही है ना डेली बेसिस पे, वो ज्यादा पैनिक भी क्रिएट कर रहा है मदर्स में कि हम अब कितना काम करवाएं घर बैठ के.
So Aisha or Tuba, I would like to, sorry to interrupt you, Amna, I would like to add that, because we are as a nation going through this, dilemma, so we don't have the academicians or educationists or teachers or, university professors, whatever you call, they are basically stuck at home as well. So they don't have resources like, when I was told in an email by my university that we are suspending the classes, the faculty is not going to come in, or everybody in the university, I left when I left my university on Friday. I had at least idea that on Monday university is going to be closed. My whole data, my lectures, everything was in my university PC. So I had to recreate all the efforts, all the slides. I had to make them, recreate them. So again, another issue I would like to point that, because everything is locked down. I have a touch screen laptop, but I want a pen for that, and I'm unable to get it
Yes.
get this pen with me.
Exactly.
Because Daraz
यार
is
लोगों
not
के
delivering,
पास
Hafiz
पेपर
Center
नहीं
is
है,
locked
लोगों के
out.
पास printers नहीं
Exactly. So we are, as a whole, we are going this through this difficulties, and जिस तरह से आप लोगों को feel हो रहा है कि it's not digital, इसी तरह से हमें भी ये सारी difficulties जो हैं ये बहुत face हो रही है, but we are out of resources, and इतना time हमें मिला नहीं कि हम इस चीज को उस तरह से plan कर पाते.
Yes.
Acha,
अच्छा,
Amna,
but मैं
I
आपको
would
एक
like
बात
you to,
बताऊं,
I would like Amna to jump in for a second, and just the same question goes to her कि एक
Yeah.
mental,
Yeah.
मतलब mentally जब students जो हैं वो आएंगे,
Yeah.
let's say 4 महीने 5 महीने के बाद वापस back to school, what will they be feeling, what will they be thinking, and how much time will it take for them to adjust back into that school environment कि हमने classroom में बैठना है और वो करना है.
Okay, so Maha, before I answer that question, I really want to keep on continue talking about what you guys were all discussing, what Aisha was saying,
sure.
what Tahreem was saying about how it is just like first time I'm with a teacher as well, right? Well, I'm just thinking from the mom's point of view. So it's actually quite unfair, the added burden, the added responsibility that is falling both on moms and on educationists. They're totally ill-equipped and not prepared for this. There haven't been any sort of online classes where they can themselves learn how to deliver a lecture. So it's really unfair for us to have such huge expectations from them. So either I would like to ask the question, what's the rush? I mean, I feel we as a society are just rushing and completely not acknowledging to just kind of slow down the emotional response, not only on moms, but on educationists as us on as human beings. So where it seems like हम सब एक भाग में लगे हुए हैं. And as a therapist, I feel the rush, and like as I was hearing all of you speak, I could collectively hear an anxiety in everybody's voice, like in Kareem's voice, in Aisha, the mom's voice, and you guys as well. So really staying with that, what is that about? So there's this collective rush, urgency, and need to move on. So that's my 2 cents into it. Okay, let's just calm down. Let's just slow down before we can really grasp what's really going on. It seems like हम सब एक दौड़ में रेस के अंदर बस सही हो जाए. But before that, we need to go through a few more steps before we are at acceptance. So this is, I feel, we're still what I was talking about earlier. We're at the stages of grief, which I spoke with Aisha about earlier as well. That abhi hum log, we've not gone through the stages of grief.
अच्छा, why do you say that? मतलब जिस तरह मुझे लगता है कि मैंने घर बैठ के अपने सारे ग्रीफ के स्टेजेस कर लिए. लाइक पहले मैं इम्पेशेंट थी कि बस अच्छा 2 दिन हो गए हैं, 3 दिन हो गए हैं, फिर मैं सैड हो गई कि अब मैं घर बैठी हुई हूँ, क्या करूँ, फिर गुस्सा भी चढ़ गया कि बस अब बस हो गई है. लेकिन अब मैं ऑन लाइक आई थिंक वी आर इन द 3rd वीक नाउ, तो अब मैं उन सारी स्टेजेस को पार करके आई फील लाइक आई एम काम. लाइक मुझे पता है कि दिस इज अ सिचुएशन आई एम इन एंड आई एम सिटिंग एट होम. तो डू यू थिंक कि एक हफ्ते बाद हम में ये एक्सेप्टेंस आ गई भी है कि ठीक है, ये एक सिचुएशन है, हम इसको कर रहे हैं, या?
So Maham, that's very unique for yourself. That's a very subjective reality. Only you can answer that. And I'm sure you might have processed it in your own unique way. I'm not doubting that. but I was just generally talking as a whole, as a society.
I know.
one
मैं
of
वैसे आपसे पूछ रही थी as a society मैं
yeah,
भी बात कर रही हूँ
yeah.
अपना individual नहीं कर रही कि do you think that
Yeah.
after this much time that has gone by और जिस तरह मैंने आपसे पहले mention किया है कि ये rumors चल रहे हैं कि ये अभी और पता नहीं कितना extend हो जाए, तो इस तरह की बातें and you know news सुनने के बाद हमें थोड़ी सी क्या ये चीज हम mentally हुई है कि हाँ भाई अब we're stuck in this situation.
So I think it's a very subjective reality. I don't know how everybody collectively will reach to this acceptance phase. For me, myself, honestly, I don't think I'm there yet. It's all still very alien. And I think I'm still stuck at bargaining, thinking कि नहीं ठीक हो जाएगा. Not really kind of accepting yet because the government isn't even announcing that this might look like the new normal for a while. So it's not a matter of 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's gonna be, we're in it for the long haul. And I think abhi tak that hasn't been announced, but that's just my understanding of it. Maybe that's why we're thinking कि शायद हफ्ते दो हफ्ते में everything is just gonna go back to normal. So no, this might be the new normal for a while, and I'm not too sure how long people will take to get used to that. And I would really wonder the kind of burden it's having on the educationists and on the mothers. So it's just a collective burden as well that's out there to prove
as
to
well.
like, you know.
Okay, so coming back to my previous question also, so like let's say 4 महीने 3 महीने 5 महीने 6 महीने बाद स्कूल खुलता है, how do you think that at sitting at home the mothers should they prepare this their kids somehow mentally? ये उनकी कोई preparation होनी चाहिए या नहीं होनी चाहिए, या अगर let's say सितंबर में जाके स्कूल खुलता है तो उस वक्त how do you think a child should be, you know, उसके जहन में ये चीज होनी चाहिए कि ठीक है बेटा तुम 5 महीने से घर बैठे हुए हो लेकिन इवेंचुअली तुमने स्कूल जाना है, इस चीज को हम किस तरह बिल्ड कर सकते हैं बच्चे में?
So what I was talking to Aisha earlier about was also the same thing, to really meet where the child is. So instead of planning for the future, if the child comes up with this question, sure, go ahead, answer that, satisfy them. But really, for the mothers that are watching, let your child be the guide. Don't assume for them. They're little human beings. Don't assume what they want to hear. Actually listen to them. If they're coming with this question कि अम्मा क्या होगा 4 महीने बाद, sure, answer that. But for right now, what's most important for the moms, for humans, for me, is just kind of connecting with the moment, with the present, with the now. And the long term, the other part of the question, the long term psychological effect, that only time can tell. But as far as I can assume, again, which would be an assumption, would be that as long as the child is getting a nurturing, loving, open environment, I don't think there's going to be any long term damage. The damage where I see happening is if the mommies are exhausted, if you're completely overwhelmed, then anger, annoyance, irritation, all your old patterns will kind of surface and they'll start interfering. So it's really not about the kids as much right now. It's more so how we as moms or whoever the primary caregiver is or whoever the head of the household is, how they are responding. So the kids are like sponges, like Tahreem also said, like she can sense the anxiousness in the kids in the Google Classroom. It's most likely because what's happening at home, maybe an anxious mom, or maybe an uncertainty, or maybe a lack of ability to kind of calm the child down. So yeah.
ठीक है.
अच्छा मैम, I would like to add.
जी Tahreem, please.
आपका पहला वाला क्वेश्चन ये था कि after 4 months with the kids or the students will be ready to go back to you know their institutions. So what I feel and what I try to do about it is that you know children want a stability. जो छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, they want stability, they want a routine.
Yeah.
So if you will keep their routine going, you know, waking up at the same time, or even you know you can do it like if they had been waking up earlier like 6 a.m. you can you know adjust it like for 8 a.m. and you know something like that. So keep their routines moving as they had been in the school में अगर वो 2 बजे घर में फारिग हो रहे थे तो मे बी वो अगर 9 बजे स्टार्ट करते हैं by 11 o'clock they will be free. ठीक है।
Yeah.
सो एक बात तो ये है कि छोटे बच्चों के लिए अगर आप रूटीन इनकी कंटिन्यू रखोगे तो इट विल स्टेबलाइज देयर फ्यूचर ग्रोथ जो भी होगा। सेकंड चीज इज ये कि आफ्टर 6 months हाउ दे विल बी एबल टू कोप। आई फील इज दैट मेरे स्टूडेंट्स हैं या मेरी जो बच्ची है वो, आई फील कि वो हमसे ज्यादा दे वांट टू गो एंड दे वांट टू मीट देयर पीयर्स, बिकॉज वन ऑफ माय स्टूडेंट हु इज वेरी ब्रिलियंट स्टूडेंट, शी इज ऑलवेज शोज अप इन द ऑनलाइन सेशंस। वो मुझे बता रही थी कि जी सारा दिन आई एम होल्डिंग माई लैपटॉप वेटिंग फॉर द ऑनलाइन सेशंस, क्योंकि यूनिवर्सिटी में इट्स नॉट बैक टू बैक सेशंस, different periods होते हैं. So I'm holding the laptop. If I'm not holding the laptop for my classes, I'm holding it for my assignments. So previously what it had been that they used to come physically in classroom, they used to sit together, they used to go for the cafeteria, they may be going out for some little outings or going in the ground to refresh.
Of course, because a school or university is an entire experience.
Exactly,
altogether.
So I believe that they are looking forward to their institutions open rather than us. So I think जो Amna ने भी बात की, overwhelm and anxiety की, if we accept the situation as it is and instead of thinking about what future may bring, we should focus on जो प्रेजेंट चीजें हैं और जो डेली के गोल्स हैं और इस तरह की चीजें, तो उससे हमें काफी इफेक्ट होगा कि हमारी जो चीजें जिस तरह से
बिल्कुल। इसमें मैं ये भी ऐड करना चाहूंगी कि लाइक जिस तरह वर्किंग मदर्स की भी जो बात है, अभी जिस तरह इफ आई एम अ वर्किंग पर्सन, तो मुझे भी फील होता है कि मैं सारा दिन ऑफिस का काम कर रही हूँ, बिकॉज वी आर ऑल्सो वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम, सो देयर इज नो टाइम लिमिट, देयर इज नो लाइक कि मैं सुबह 9 बजे जाऊंगी और 5 बजे फारिग हो जाऊंगी। मैं रात को 11 बजे भी मीटिंग हो रही है, 1 बजे भी कॉल्स आ रही है, टास्क है, वो डेडलाइन है, आई नो, एंड इट गेट्स सो फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग। तो वही बात है कि हाँ, शुरू में एक आध हफ्ता शायद छुट्टी एंजॉय कर ली, लेकिन अब यही होता है कि हाय प्लीज ऑफिस खुल जाए ताकि कोई रूटीन सेट हो जाए। तो हाँ, अच्छा हाँ तुबा, यू वर सेइंग समथिंग।
I just wanted to add कि जो हमने कैटेगराइज करा, सोचा था कि हम करेंगे कि छोटे बच्चों का रूटीन बनाना is much more easier as compared to someone who is a teenager, because उनको अभी भी ये फील हो रहा होगा कि हमें पता नहीं छुट्टी मिल गई है, या उनको कंट्रोल करना because they can't go out। तो वो चीज if I ask you कि छोटे below 10 years old के बच्चों की मदर्स को आप क्या रिकमेंड करोगे, और how it is different for a मदर जिसके बच्चे टीनेज में होंगे।
So who should answer it?
Yeah. So can I just address the boundary issues that you guys are talking about, what Maham spoke about, and Tahreem, what you were speaking about as well. So these seem like very basic boundary issues. And you're very right in saying, Tahreem, that there's no sort of routine. You guys are getting work emails on Sundays, and there's no, it's kind of all over the place. This seems like a boundary issue. So, like really checking with yourself, okay, what kind of boundaries do I want to set when? What kind of hours? Because no one from the top is telling you. You guys have to kind of decide for your own self that me as a person, what is my boundaries, even with your kids, even with your spouse. So spousal boundaries are extremely important at this time because it's a very, again, alien environment where wives who wanted their husbands around all the time, now they have them around and it's causing a lot of friction, right? So boundaries, spousal boundaries, boundaries with children, work, life boundaries, that is the first key step. And if I would like to just add this rush that you guys might be feeling or might have something to do with productivity or feeling the need to feel productive because office nahi khul raha, you're not in your normal routine. So this need ke I am being less productive. I would really encourage anyone who's hearing, if they're experiencing that, and with you guys as well, okay, what's this need to feel productive? So that's something that I've been speaking about, and it's quite deeply rooted somewhere ke humne kuch karna hai. So where just maybe sitting with that for a moment and kind of like reflecting कि ये क्या हो रहा है? Why is my worth coming into question all of a sudden with all, and I have to be the best version of myself at the moment, whereas it's a global crisis, guys. Like this all can wait. So that's just me, the therapist and me speaking. And I understand the question you guys are asking are so
Yeah,
valid,
but
for
who's gonna
me,
tell
the
our
mother,
bosses that this all can wait? उनको कौन समझाए?
yeah,
या मतलब वो
yeah,
जो
maybe
working
in
mothers है,
therapists
उनको जो
as
pressure
well.
obviously आपको आ रहा है, उसको कौन समझाए? But I'm sure like if let's say तहरीम, let's say कि तहरीम की भी कोई principal है, तो उधर से जो instruction आ रही है, obviously उन्होंने तो अपना एक system going रखना है ना, वो तो they can't come to a standstill. Even if I personally
Absolutely.
want to take this time to take a break, I can't because I'm answerable to someone. So how is that manageable? मतलब वही वाली बात है कि जब आप ऑफिस में होते हो तब भी आप स्ट्रेस में होते हो, और अब आप घर पे हो तो अभी भी आप स्ट्रेस में ही हो कि कोई ना कोई डेडलाइन आपकी फंसी हुई है, कुछ है, उस स्ट्रेस को कैसे मैनेज करें?
Yeah, so,
अच्छा माँ,
yeah,
ये
go ahead,
माहम का
Terry.
therapy session हो रहा है भाई.
हाँ भाई, मैं नहीं, आई एम
Yeah,
श्योर मेरे जैसे और भी बहुत सारे ये फील कर रहे होंगे कि हम क्या
absolutely.
करें.
That's such an important point you're bringing, Maham, and I'm sure some people might be benefiting from it. That the kind of a compounded stress that you're feeling, and I'm sure Tahreem is feeling as somebody who's answerable to her boss or XYZ, and it's like a cycle of stress that's being kind of it's coming down,
Trickle down
upward
effect,
down
हाँ.
on it. Yeah. So they're just as stressed, they're just as human, and they're just figuring it out. I know it's not a solution, but they're just under the same amount of stress. So yeah, therapy would be the answer for them as well.
Yeah, I think I should definitely look into it. अब seriously consider कर लेनी चाहिए. अच्छा, Aisha, like how are you dealing at home with you being a working mother and kids also? So like, what do you feel? Is Aisha still with us? Let me check.
No. She has gone
Acha, she has gone.
Abhi she'll
Okay.
join us back in some time.
ठीक है, okay. So
Maham,
तुबा बताओ. हाँ जी, sorry बोले.
महम, आपकी जो सारी बातें थी, बीइंग प्रोडक्टिव, और जिस तरह से आमना ने कहा कि व्हाई दिस रश इज फॉर, सो जो एक ओवरवेलम है, मैं पहले भी इस पॉइंट को रेस करना चाह रही थी, बट इट स्किप्ड माय माइंड दैट what I have done with this, panic or overwhelming and anxiety thing, that, I have started making small goals. जब I've been working, or, घर भी manage करना है, बच्चे भी हैं, I have a newborn and a 6 years old child. So, इतनी चीजें जब आपने साथ साथ manage करनी है, so there had always been something on my mind कि जी जब मैं free होंगी तो मैं करूँगी. तो I used to note that down. और somehow मैं उन चीजों को कुछ थोड़ा सा, but मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि मैं, all of a sudden मैं इन सारी जो ये छुट्टियां हैं unforeseen में मैं I'll achieve everything I wanted to, but slowly and gradually. Do not build up that we have to do this, complete this task by tomorrow, or इस तरह की सारी चीजें. So I always used to crave for time for reading book. So जिस तरह से आमना ने कहा है कि contemplate, reflect on yourself. So slow down. I believe that everybody should slow down. और मेरे जो हमारी जो ऑनलाइन, अच्छा हमारी एक्चुअली मीटिंग्स भी जो हैं सारी जूम पे होती हैं. So we are a faculty of like 80 people in department, and हम सब वहाँ पर होते हैं. तो मैंने thankfully I've got good bosses जो कि हमेशा मीटिंग्स में बता रहे होते हैं कि जी बच्चों को काउंसिल करें. So I have been always telling my students जो कि अभी यूनिवर्सिटी से अगले साल तक में भी ग्रेजुएट हो जाएंगे कि there is no rush, there are no deadlines. I am not don't panic about the grades you are getting. Just focus what you are learning. Build up your concepts, bring something which you could help, इस सारे टाइम को आप productively utilize करने की कोशिश करो. So every time in all of my classes I am focusing on that they understand the concept. हमारे जब यूनिवर्सिटी में we are teaching, we have this limited period of time in which we have to cover the entire course, but now I'm not in the rush, and I would suggest all the teachers who are going through this mechanism, and all the mothers who have to face all these online uploads and downloads of homeworks, I would recommend them don't rush. अगर बच्चा थोड़ा सा भी कर कर लेता है, हर बच्चे की अपनी एक हाई स्कूलर की अपनी
पेस होती है,
प्लेस
स्पीड
होती है, मिडिल स्कूलर की, यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रेड की, और एक छोटे बच्चे की अपनी होती है. सो गिव देम ब्रेक, अंडरस्टैंड करने की हमें ज्यादा जरूरत है स्टूडेंट्स को और अपने बच्चों को कि वो किस तरह से पढ़ना चाह रहे हैं. बिकॉज स्कूल्स में ना, क्लासरूम्स में बच्चों के ऊपर देयर इज पीयर प्रेशर. अगर पीयर प्रेशर ना भी हो ना, तो छोटे बच्चों में मैंने अपनी बेटी में देखा है कि शी इज ऑल द टाइम कंसर्न कि मेरी टीचर मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेगी, आई हैव टू बी द बेस्ट. तो घर में वो चीज, वो प्रेशर उनके ऊपर ऐसा है नहीं, वो फिजिकल एंटिटी, वो स्टूडेंट्स, वो उनके और जो सारा जो उनका प्रेज मैकेनिज्म था, वो सारी चीजें नहीं है. सो इट्स नॉट अबाउट that they are missing something. We are not the only ones who are missing. Everyone around the globe is missing on something. ठीक है, सबकी डेडलाइंस थी, सबकी लिमिट्स थी, everybody wanted to do something or achieve something. So let's just put this aside और थोड़ा सा as a human being हम और इसमें मैं एक और चीज भी ऐड करूंगी, बिकॉज बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो कि हम मदर्स या पेरेंट्स और टीचर्स कर सकते हैं. बट आई वुड रिकमेंड मदर्स के बच्चों को अपने साथ एक्टिविटी में, जो कि मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ अपनी हर टॉक में, कि बच्चों को इन्वॉल्व करें. छोटे बच्चों को अगर वो नहीं काम करना चाह रहे, उन्होंने एक वर्कशीट कर लिया है, दे आर टायर्ड, आप उनको इन्वॉल्व करें. अपना पौधों को पानी अगर आप दे रहे हैं, आप उनको इन्वॉल्व करें. Go have a walk on the street. I mean, it's no harm if you're walking in your own street or going on your porch or even on your terrace for a walk. There's no harm. So get outside. उनको भी थोड़ी सी हवा लगने दें. And I believe कि बहुत लंबी बात कर रही हूँ, I'm really sorry, but बच्चों के सामने I believe कि पैनिक हमें नहीं करना चाहिए कि ये आ गया है, ये हो जाएगा. जब होना है तो होना ही है. All we can do is that कि हम दुआ कर सकते हैं और हम we can take care about the hygiene or everything, और इस तरह से हम अपने आप को कर सकते हैं. So what my opinion is that कि we are all going through the same, be it parents, mothers, teachers, कोई भी है, working है, non-working, everybody is going through this. So take it easy, slow down, divide your goals into small parts, और फिर उसके ऊपर individually, daily based, weekly based आप उसके ऊपर काम करें. So this was my opinion. जो कि
okay. All right. Okay, Amna, I have a question in mind for you.
Yeah.
मुझे बताएं कि those married women which are under lockdown now in their homes, some with their husbands, some whose husbands might not be in the same city, country, others who are with their in-laws. How do you think, और इसमें थोड़ा सा मैं एक हाउसहोल्ड अब्यूज या डोमेस्टिक अब्यूज वाली चीज लेके आना चाहती हूँ, मेंटल एंड फिजिकल, के जो लेट्स से अपने इन-लॉज के साथ फंसी हुई हैं, बंद हैं, उनके घर में क्वारंटीन हैं, एंड एक औरतों का ये एक आउटलेट का तरीका होता है कि टू गेट आउट ऑफ द हाउस, ईदर दे वर्क, either they go shopping, they go to their parents house, कुछ ना कुछ वो एक्टिविटी अपनी रखती हैं, so they get a break. लेकिन इस वक्त उन्हें वो ब्रेक भी नहीं मिल रही होगी. So what kind of trauma do you think that they might be going through, या इस चीज का कोई क्या solution है? If someone is facing some kind of domestic abuse from let's say अपनी सास से या अपने हस्बैंड से, because अब वो सारा दिन घर पे बैठे हुए हैं, they're there to judge them and like
be under microscope.
use them.
They're under a microscope.
They're under a microscope 24/7. So what do you think is the solution to this? Or how can they cope with it?
That's a very, very valid question, and that's something that has been on my mind about all those people who are stuck with the abusers. They could be mothers, they could be children as well. So another thing that we don't
can
speak
we hear,
about
Amna?
often. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you? Yeah. So one thing one thing that we don't talk about enough is the abuse that happens to children as well, and sometimes from the immediate family members. So these kids, these moms, these people are stuck with the abusers. So that is something that really, really keeps me up at night, to be honest, especially with the work that I'm doing and with the people that I know. It really does keep me up at night. So one way that we as people, as you guys can reach out is just to do a quick check-in. Anyone who's hearing who might be under abuse, just making some sort of boundaries for your own self. And those who know that some friend or some child, or like as a teacher, sometimes teacher know about abuse, or anyone else, right? So just a quick check-in might go a long way, like a text or an email. इसके अंदर one thing, Maham, that I would like to advise is just checking yourself that you cannot be the rescuer. Yes, this is happening. Yes, it's prominent, but all you can do is kind of send a text or a check-in message. You can't really take responsibility that I'm going to be the savior and I'm going to fix this. So
Okay, I also want to add to this question that the mother or child का relationship, it was very pleasant because the child was going to school
प्लीज
and
ये
coming back.
किसका आई थिंक किसी का फोन वाइब्रेट हो रहा है, तो वो बहुत ज्यादा वीडियो में आवाज आ रही है, उसको प्लीज साइलेंट कर लें. सॉरी तुबा, प्लीज गो अहेड.
अच्छा, सो अब चूंकि बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर मदर्स पर आ रहा है बिकॉज दे हैव टू कुक एज वेल, दे हैव टू क्लीन एंड दे हैव टू आल्सो मेक श्योर कि सारी वर्कशीट्स हुई हुई हैं. सो द रिलेशनशिप इज नाउ एट अ ब्रिंक ऑफ लाइक एंगर इश्यूज हो रहे हैं मदर्स को, और वो जो उनका रिलेशनशिप है चाइल्ड और मदर का, वो बहुत ज्यादा इफेक्ट हो रहा है ड्यू टू दिस लॉकडाउन. तो उस सिनारियो में भी समटाइम्स आई हैव नोटिस के मदर्स complaining के हम अब्यूज कर देते हैं अपने बच्चे को, डांट देते हैं, देन वी फील बैड अबाउट इट जस्ट बिकॉज देयर वी आर नॉट टीचर्स. वो उस चीज को मदर्स कैसे handle कर सकती हैं इन योर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू?
I just want to add one thing to this question. Amna, I just want to add one thing. Okay, I just feel, आप लोगों को आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Yes.
जी जी.
Okay, I just want to add that if you look at how the lockdown has been unfair to the mother, I feel that in 1 minute, without having a choice in the matter, without anyone asking us, in 1 minute, we went from being moms to becoming cooks, to becoming cleaners of the house, to becoming teachers, to becoming sports coaches, to becoming counselors. And these were all roles that we earlier had people to help us with. Like if I talk about myself, I had a full school to help me educate my children. I had sports coaches to help with their sports. I had a cook, like was sab kuch tha. In 1 minute, I went from having a system that worked for me to having no system and being everything for the children. So I feel that the lockdown may mothers have, obviously everybody suffered, but mothers ke case mein, because we have dependents on us, तो हमारी suffering कुछ ज़्यादा complicate हो गई है because I feel like मेरी mothering तो हो रही है with my children, but I'm so busy fulfilling all the other roles, like teaching them and making sure that they're doing fitness and cleaning up their rooms and managing, like doing things that पहले मैं नहीं करती थी.
Yeah, it's definitely exhausting, and that's a good that those two questions actually are kind of linked. So basically, the frustration that is coming in is because, like Aisha said, without asking, without a warning, all this added responsibility, the added domestic burden fell on the mom, and rightly so. We have to be cooks, we have to be teachers, we have to do so much more with the kids that we previously were accustomed to doing. So it's obviously going to bring a lot tuba. So it's a very complicated question why it might be happening. So those who are predisposed to getting angry, and anger का जो सबसे ज़्यादा effect आता है is on your dependence, right? जिसके ऊपर आप like let's say मियाँ की बॉस से लड़ाई होती है, वो घर आके बीवी पे निकालता है, बीवी जो है बच्चे पे निकालती है, और बच्चा जो है कुत्ते पे, अपने घर के हाउस पेट पे निकाल देता है. That's one of the system how anger kind of goes down through the family or the household. So the anger that we're right now carrying is because of exhaustion, Tuba. Like you said, a printout bhi karna hai, worksheets bhi nahi hai. For me, I had to arrange for a printer. I didn't have one at home because I had to print out these assignments. Otherwise, the other choice was कि homework को हाथ से copy करो, एक और added burden. So we're expected to be teachers with our kids when we're not trained to be teachers, right? We're moms. So what we can do with kids is kind of dedicate some time of the day where there is playtime or free play, where there is no check or balance of the free play, where you allow them to just kind of play in the dirt, you allow them to just explore what up garmi aa gayi is, something that is free, something that is fun, and something that really gets those maybe fill up a swimming pool and just play with them and connect with them. because the connection is getting severed, the connection is getting even more matlab already agar difficulty thi with let's say a specific child, and I know teenagers are also very difficult to deal with, and your earlier question ke how they're used to going out, they don't have their outlets. So my one advice would be open free communication with your kids, and that might only be possible if they're distracted and playing. Just be very mindful of what they're saying while they're playing, because that's the most authentic they are with you, right?
So, what my opinion about this is, Tuba, that mothers these days, due to this lockdown, they are not only working from their home. They have to, do the cleaning, as Aisha said, do the cleaning and cooking and everything. They might not have been doing previously before the lockdown. So, what my opinion in this case is that I would definitely second Amna's opinion also, but I would say that, involve your children in your daily routine tasks, this way they will be able to not only assist you, become exhaust hogi, and they will, they will take it, give it these tasks to them as responsibilities, take this time as a chance to, help them be responsible for their things, be it their rooms, be it their homeworks, be it everything. अब बच्चा जो है स्कूल में अगर वो नीट काम कर रहा था, वो घर में काम नहीं कर रहा, तो डोंट गो फॉर इट लाइक के इसने नीट काम नहीं किया, आप थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर लो कि चलो एटलीस्ट ही और शी अंडरस्टूड, उसने काम किया, उसने इंडिपेंडेंटली काम किया. सो एक चीज तो ये है कि बच्चों को अपने साथ इन्वॉल्व करो छोटे मोटे चीजों में, जो आई वुड रिकमेंड टू एवरीबडी हु इज लिसनिंग, एवरी मदर हु इज लिसनिंग. ज्यादा छोटे बच्चे हैं, आप उनको कोई और टास्क दे सकती हैं, क्लीनिंग अप देयर टॉयज. अब आप अगर एक बच्चा 3 साल का है या 4 साल का है, इट्स अ वेरी अप्रोप्रिएट टास्क कि आप उसको कहो कि जी क्लीन द टॉयज, पुट देम ऑल इन द बास्केट, या फोल्ड कर ले, लॉन्ड्री फोल्ड कर ले. सो ये जो अप्रोप्रिएट टास्क जो है वो आप जिसमें आपका बच्चा जो है उसका इंटरेस्ट है, अगर इंटरेस्ट भी नहीं भी है तो आस्क देम के आपको ज्वाइन करें. उस टाइम में आप बातें कर सकते हैं, आप उस टाइम में कोई अगले इवनिंग के लिए प्लानिंग कर सकते हैं कि यू आर गोइंग टू मेक समथिंग टुगेदर. इट शुड नॉट बी अ लेविश मील और अ लेविश बेक केक. इट कुड बी अ वेरी सिंपल पेस्ट्री बेक इन अ माइक्रोवेव ओवन जस्ट फॉर अ मिनट. ठीक है. सो इस तरह की चीजों में आप बच्चों को इन्वॉल्व करोगे पॉजिटिव एक्ट्स में, तो जो उनकी डिस्ट्रैक्शन और जो स्क्रीन टाइम के लिए उनकी क्रेविंग है वो रिड्यूस हो जाएगी. दूसरा ये कि लेट द चिल्ड्रन बी देयर बॉसेस. अभी इस टाइम के ऊपर उनको देखो कि किस तरह से वो इस चीज को लेकर चलना चाह रहे हैं. डेफिनेटली बच्चों को अगर देखा जाए, बहुत छोटे बच्चों को मैंने देखा है, तो ठीक है अगर वो सारा दिन खेल कूद भी लेते हैं, तो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे उनको फिक्र होती है कि अच्छा हमने होमवर्क करना था या हमने टीचर को शो अप करना था. ठीक है. सो ये वाली जो सारी चीजें हैं, इसके साथ हमें ऑब्वियसली चलना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जो सिचुएशन है वो सिर्फ कुछ के साथ नहीं है, ये सबके साथ ही ऐसा प्रॉब्लम है. वी ऑल हैव टू फेस टुगेदर. और जितना हम पैनिक करेंगे, एग्जॉस्ट करेंगे. अच्छा, देयर वाज सेइंग जो बार बार एक सोशल मीडिया पे भी मे बी आपने वो कोट देखा हो कि हैप्पी चिल्ड्रन आर बेटर देन अ डर्टी होम. ठीक है. सो कीप दीज थिंग्स असाइड फॉर सम टाइम्स. अगर आपका होम जो है वो बहुत, इट्स नॉट वेरी टाइडी, इट्स नॉट वेरी क्लीन, जस्ट लेट इट बी, बिकॉज यू कैन नॉट बी jack of all the.
Look at how children get, like मुझे personally लगता है कि maybe like mothers put a lot of pressure on themselves, but I also believe कि बच्चों के लिए, if the system is as close to the system they were used to, then that's a better system. Like for my children, I keep them as close to school timings as possible. वो सुबह जल्दी उठें, वो नाश्ता करें, वो पढ़ाई करने बैठ जाएं. ठीक है. इसी तरह तो बच्चों को आदत है एक साफ घर की. तो फिर द प्रॉब्लम इज कि अगर हम उन्हें थोड़ा सा क्लटर देंगे, तो मुझे लगता है कि उनका जो सेंस ऑफ नॉर्मल है वो बेचारों का पहले ही अफेक्टेड है. वो, और अगर उनको आदत है दिन में 3 दफा खाने की, और सडनली वी गिव देम फूड once a day, like I think it's a lot of pressure on the parents.
Exactly.
But I feel कि जितना हम उनका lifestyle close to what they are used to रखें, but that's what I personally think. We have a lot of questions, but Tuba, how do I see the questions?
Questions पे will just come in a bit. Last thing that I want to ask just Tahreem and Amna, इसके बाद we'll move to the questions, is के during this entire scenario, why do you think that and this is for both of you, why do you think that the maximum load of work has not fallen on the men of the family, and why are only the females so burdened? वो housework से भी वो burden हुई, फिर बच्चों को पढ़ाने से, उनका स्कूल वर्क मेंटेन करने से, होमवर्क मेंटेन करने से भी they are burdened, and you know the house load is also on them, and if they're working then of course their office load. So why do you think that as a society इसमें men की इतनी या मर्दों की इतनी contribution नहीं है? Or how can we change that mentality? जिस तरह आमना mentioned कि this can be the new normal for us. तो एक मतलब कितने देर हम इस तरह चलते रहेंगे जब तक we change that mindset of the home कि they are also supposed to contribute and help.
Maybe they're just thinking कि हमारी तो अब छुट्टियां हैं क्योंकि हम तो घर से बाहर काम करते हैं और अब
Exactly.
pressure
Because
और
इस तरह तो I mean if you yourselves, if the mothers keep on going like this, तो वो तो burnout हो जाएंगी. तो इसका क्या solution है?
Yes. I know mothers who are going into burnout, and like
that's a very
depression
relevant
is being
point.
triggered off. Scary पे mothers talk and write about how depression is triggering off, crying spells आ रहे हैं.
Yeah, so that's actually very good question, and that's what I wanted to
Yes.
add
Can you hear
on.
me? Yeah, so scary. And I was just saying that.
Yeah, Aisha, I heard your
Amna,
question.
please.
I
Amna,
heard
please
your
बोलें.
question.
Please continue.
Yeah, so basically that's something that I did want to talk about earlier as well, that the answer to your question was why has it fallen on the woman is because it's always fallen on the woman. As a society, that's what our culture is used to, that the moms raise the kids kind of alone. But in my generation, the trend is changing. Men are more involved, like people are cooking. Like if I speak for my household, this whole lockdown, my husband has cooked every night of the week because he wanted to, not because it was asked of him to do that. And he's a great cook. That's what I just discovered.
I hope all the other husbands take a hint from your husband, because you're lucky, but not everyone is that nice.
It's about security with your own self. It's toxic masculinity, which is not spoken enough about on any forum. So it is this expectation of a man to be the man and and exist in that space. So they really necessarily don't. Maybe they want to help you out and maybe they want to do all of these things, but it's just like कि सास अगर सुन रही है कि आदमी ने खाना बनाया है, so the kind of that pressure might be keeping him from feeling less of a man. So this concept of, and if any man is listening, because I think idhar aadmiyon ka bhi forum hai, like really what's this about? Help your wives when you want to connect with them. Just don't be stuck with the fact that log kya kahenge, and there are phrases that are used for men who help their wives or who are sensitive, and that's majority of the men out there. So really maybe we need to have more of a talk on toxic masculinity, and I would really encourage you guys as a forum to really speak about it. The scary yummy, which is great for women. What about the men? What about the dads? What about the boys who are growing up feeling entitled, who are now actually expecting the sisters to do their work because wo aadmi hai, wo bhai hai, that's why the Aurat March is happening, or the women and the moms who are expecting कि बेटियों से काम करो और लड़कों को नहीं बोलना. And I know Aisha, हम लोग के circle में this is happening less, but it is actually very prominent. It's a huge burden. It is the moms who train boys to be these kind of men, right? So really checking the kind of parenting I'm doing. Like the other day, I had my son help me clean all my plants in my office, and we love doing that. So it's something that we connect over, cleaning or taking care of my plants. I've gotten into gardening, so I actually made him clean वो वाला काम, झाड़ू के साथ झाड़ू भी लगवाया, ताकि बड़े होके जब वो मर्द बने उसको ये ना लगे कि मैं कर नहीं सकता. And similarly, I'm blessed to have a husband who's very secure. So I'm lucky, I guess. So I'm getting lots of yummy food.
I hope कि सारे बच्चे यही कहें बड़े होके we are better men, because हमारे बचपन में लॉकडाउन हुआ था तो हमने सारे काम
तो हाँ, हमने घर में सारे काम सीख लिए. अच्छा तहरीम, I would also like you to add a little bit on this कि एक अगर चले ये expectation है भी, अगर हमें as a society के घर का काम females ने करना है, तो why don't the men and the fathers at least take over, मतलब वो पढ़ाई को ही take over कर लें, वो बच्चे
Exactly.
को घर बैठ के होमवर्क ही करा दें, वर्कशीट ही करा दें, जो पहले उनके पास ऑफिसेज में टाइम नहीं होता था. तो अब वो
मैं इसी तरफ ही आना चाह रही थी कि definitely it's a whole our society's kind of mentality. It's a whole brought up a generations brought up जिसको हम we cannot erase it in just a moment, in just a couple of months. So what I have learned through my experience as a teacher, as a mother and as a wife is that if somebody you want to involve someone, you want to give responsibility to someone and they are not going to take it up, think for some other opportunities. Okay, so if they are not ready to help you out in the kitchen, or you want expect them to help you in the kitchen or in the cleaning, they won't do this. So it's better to avoid the argument and somehow give them the responsibility of babysitting the children. I'm sure कि जो भी husbands घर में हैं और पहले जब वो 9 to none वाली job में जिस तरह से हमारी society का है कि जी 9 o'clock जाना है तो there is no fixed time कि when you are coming back, जिस तरह से west में होता है कि जी 5 o'clock के बाद they don't answer the emails and everything. जो work ethics होते हैं वो हमारी society में नहीं है. So I am sure that there are lots and lots of people, men out there who love to spend and who are taking this free time as an opportunity to spend with their kids. So even if they are not ready to help you out in completing the worksheets with the children, you can get them involved in some play activity जहाँ पर वो side by side अपना mobile phone भी scroll कर रहे हैं maybe, और बच्चों को भी साथ में मतलब एक entertainment मिल रही है कि the father is painting with us today, या जो father हैं वो हम उनको चाय बना के दे रहे हैं, जो बच्चों का वो एक play toy set होता है और उसमें वो play doh से cooking कर रहे हैं, dishes बना रहे हैं. ठीक है, so उस तरह से आप उनको involve करने की कोशिश करें. आप एक ही दिन के अंदर या within a moment you cannot undo a whole brought up, but you can look for opportunities. You can always think about opportunities कि किस तरह से उनको इस तरह से involve किया जाए in the task कि उनको लगे कि भी कि they are doing something और help कर रहे हैं, या फिर आप इस तरह की एक्टिविटीज जो हैं उनके साथ सोच सकते हैं. बिकॉज जो एक सोसाइटी की हमारी अपब्रिंगिंग है, आई थिंक वी कैन नॉट डू मच अबाउट दैट. सो इस तरह की चीज़ों में अगर उनको इन्वॉल्व किया जाए तो इट वुड बी बेटर, और आपके लिए भी थोड़ा सा वो जो बर्डन होगा कम हो जाएगा. एंड आई वुड अगेन से कि किड्स को डू नॉट बर्डनाइज देम, द किड्स. अगर वर्कशीट्स हो रही हैं बस ठीक है, हो रही हैं, बिकॉज मैं खुद अपने स्टूडेंट्स को कहती हूँ कि आई केयर अबाउट योर वेलबींग, आई केयर अबाउट योर लर्निंग. ग्रेड्स वी विल थिंक अबाउट इट. ठीक है, बिकॉज इट्स हर एक के साथ प्रॉब्लम है.
थैंक यू सो मच तहरीम. अच्छा, डू वी हैव आयशा विद अस तुबा, या एक दो क्वेश्चंस मुझे नजर आ रहे हैं, मैं पूछ लूं?
हाँ, आप you start asking.
Okay, guys, so Tahreem and Amna, we're just going to move on to our Q&A session now. That some of the people have asked. We have a lot of questions. So let's keep it brief. Okay. So
I'm here.
अच्छा जी, एक तो
I'm here.
Okay, Aisha, we got it. अच्छा.
Okay, I want to ask the first question because it's the question जो मेरा भी question है. So a dad of 4, Mr. Nasir Khan, has asked that his children are having trouble sleeping. And actually, my 7-year-old is also having trouble sleeping, even though they don't watch the news and they don't वो खबरनामा भी नहीं सुनते, वो अखबारें भी having trouble sleeping. Now, why are children having trouble sleeping? मतलब उनको इतनी details तो नहीं पता.
Yeah.
So I'm like a little confused. When I read his question, I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's a very valid question. And you're so when you say the children are not watching the news, they're actually watching you. So maybe they might be having trouble sleeping because it could be multiple reasons. So obviously they're not back in their school. They might be missing their friends. They might be missing the new their old routines. That would be a lot but that would be like जिस तरह तुबा ने कहा था age bracket 13 and above का वो ज़्यादा होगा, where they have kind of emotionally developed and it's more so about friends and school and all of that. So for them it might be just that, or a girlfriend that they might not be able to meet. So but for kids who are younger than 10, they are actually absorbing your energies. they're absorbing how they're looking and watching and absorbing everything, and for the rest of their lives maybe that this might be their way to respond to trauma. So I'm talking about initially when this happened. Up to it's calmed down, but when initially it happened, everybody had these reactions, right? So the kids were kind of absorbing that. They might not be communicating, but they might be absorbing. For those kids who are having trouble sleeping, like I said earlier, free play ke andar they might open up. There are very cute games for younger children, which is the feeling game. So it's like associating a color with a feeling. So red, angry; pink, love; blue, lonely. So you give a color with a feeling. It's a really cute game. You can make your own colors, and it was actually told to me by a therapist, as a child therapist, actually, to actually help me understand my kids' feelings. So, you can just hold up the card and say, so have you been feeling blue today? Blue is being lonely. So they'll just kind of open up. And this is a great game for everyday life as well. So just raat ko, maybe the ones who are having trouble sleeping at night, just talking to them. Really, it's all about having an open communication with the older ones, and with the younger ones you have to be a little bit more creative to get to their emotions. So this card game, Aisha,
क्योंकि
really
वो
works
एकदम से इस
wonders.
तरह के बहाने भी बनाने शुरू हो जाते हैं कि अब मेरे पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, मुझे प्यास लग रही है, मुझे खाना खाना है. और ये भी किसी ने कमेंट्स में भी लिखा था that they come up with these excuses कि आप कह रहे हो तो कि अच्छा अब आप कर लो because you don't want to be rude to them, और rude हो जाओ तो
it's excuses to connect with you, actually. And I know it's exhausting and you have no mental capacity left to connect with them maybe, but really it's excuses to connect. And I hear it. I'm a mom as well, and it's like I can't do this anymore, but really it's excuses to connect. So something is being unheard. So when that gets resolved, maybe they're not even aware what's unheard. Maybe they're absolutely oblivious of the fear that they might be carrying. So kind of being creative in kind of tapping into that. Yeah.
Acha, Tuba, I would like to add something about this as well, is that it may be attributed to overuse of screen time, because I have myself experienced it that if children are involved in screens more than an hour, they sometimes have issues like trouble sleeping. और मैंने जब भी मतलब अपने पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग में अपनी बेटी की टीचर से मैंने डिस्कशन की है अबाउट द सेवरल इश्यूज, तो उसने जो एक चीज़ मुझे कॉमन हर टीचर ने कही है वो ये थी कि अपने बच्चों को कीप देम फिजिकली एक्टिव for like 30 minutes a day. Keep them physically active. क्योंकि physically active होने से you might have all read about the adrenaline rush और इस तरह की सारी चीजें जो होती हैं. So when they are physically active, being it it could be like they are just jumping on their terraces or just running around their porch. तो उससे the chemicals releases and there are certain chemicals जो कि एक brain में different किस्म की एक जो understanding है और feelings है वो release करते हैं. So it can also help कि उनको थोड़ा सा हम physically somehow indoor physical activities की तरफ लेकर आए.
ये तो I think हम जो जितने भी लोग लॉकडाउन हुए में फैमिलीज, उन सबको आधा घंटा निकाल के सबको जंपिंग करनी चाहिए.
Exactly. वो सारी स्ट्रेस रिलीज हो जाए. हाँ,
exactly.
गुस्सा निकल जाए.
Family game and targets and daily. Exactly. कौन विन कर रहा है.
अच्छा, इधर किसी ने पहले
lot of questions. आप लोग questions पे तो आओ.
या क्वेश्चन
एक्चुअली हाँ, एक्चुअली क्वेश्चंस भी हैं, कमेंट्स भी बहुत सारे हैं. बता, हाँ पूछो.
या डू यू थिंक एक सेशन टीचर्स का पेरेंट्स के साथ हो जाना चाहिए टू टेल देम हाउ टू टीच देयर किड्स? डू यू थिंक एक ओवरऑल सिस्टम में ये अगर स्टेप एक ऐड हो जाए, वुडंट इट बी बेटर?
तो वह मेरे स्कूल के एंड से, अगर मैं अपनी बेटी के स्कूल के एंड से बात करूं तो वहाँ पर यस, टीचर्स आर टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज. टीचर्स जो है वो 1-on-1 अभी इस वीक भी मुझे एक स्केड्यूल आया हुआ था कि 1-on-1 15 to 20 मिनट्स का हर स्टूडेंट के साथ एक टीचर जो है ना वो एक सेशन करेगी, बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स आर वेरी यंग. और मैंने भी उनको ये कमेंट किया था कि जिस दिन एक ऑनलाइन सेशन होता है ग्रुप का, क्लास का, एंड और उसके स्कूल में ऐसा भी हो रहा है, वो नेम एनी पर्टिकुलर इंस्टीट्यूशन, बट आई वुड से कि उसके इंस्टीट्यूशन में once or twice a week एक 30 minutes का सेशन होता है जो कि 30 मिनट से 60 मिनट पे बड़े आराम से चला जाता है, because teachers are giving them concepts, maths के concepts हैं, English के concepts हैं, तो kids हैं, they are talking at the same time, और other time teacher जो है उनको ये कह रही होती है कि please turn off your mic, so इस तरह की चीजें, so they really enjoy it. तो एक इंस्टीट्यूशन की तरफ से तो मैंने देखा है कि teachers are taking it responsibly और इस तरह से करिए, but overall मैंने being a teacher, because मैं I'm academia higher education में तो मैं पढ़ा रही हूँ, but I have been giving parenting talks in some schools, and there I have seen this, I won't name anybody, I won't say about any specific circle, but I have seen sometimes that mothers say that this is an additional responsibility, या additionally हमें involve कर रहे हैं, या I have seen कि कुछ इस किस्म का parents की तरफ से एक response आता है कि जी जब हम पे कर रहे हैं तो हम क्यों कुछ करें, we are paying the school for doing all these things. So I would with this platform I would like to tell every parent that it's right, हम accept करते हैं कि you are already doing much more efforts for your kids, but there's no harm in understanding or learning about new things, and opening about the issues जो आपका बच्चा maybe face कर रहा हो, या some tips. I mean, I'm always advocate about I have been advocating all these talks, mother की talks हैं या teachers के, because just one tip, आपको एक tip भी मिल जाती है ना, तो it can change your entire paradigm. So there is no harm in learning, there's no harm in listening to other person. So definitely yes, जो तुबा का initial question था, थोड़ी सी बात आगे भी चली गई कि yes definitely होना चाहिए, टीचर्स के साथ होना चाहिए पेरेंट्स का एक सेशन जहाँ पर पेरेंट्स के शेयर द ग्रीवेंसेस, क्योंकि पेरेंट्स को ना बहुत ज़्यादा मैंने देखा है कि एग्जॉस्शन और एंजाइटी इस चीज़ की है कि जी बच्चे ने लर्न किया होगा या नहीं किया और आप उसको प्रमोट कर रहे हैं, सो वहाँ पर अपने ग्रीवेंसेस जो है सिंस स्कूल्स आर क्लोज तो वो शेयर कर सकते हैं और टीचर्स उनको जो है आई बिलीव बहुत पॉजिटिवली और बड़ा अच्छा काम कर सकती है अपनी डिस्कशन से.
Yes. Okay, so right. Should we wrap this up now? I think questions will
to come back. वो बस 1 मिनट में आती है, तो अगर कोई और क्वेश्चन है in the line तो वो
अभी तो मुझे कोई नहीं, बिकॉज सारे आंसर हो गए. स्लीपिंग इश्यूज का बहुत ज्यादा मदर्स कह रही हैं, और यही जो डिस्कशंस हम पहले कर चुके हैं कि बच्चों को एंजाइटी हो रही है घर पे बैठ के, उसको किस तरह डील करें. So I think a lot of questions that people are asking, we've all covered them in our session. So whoever has a question, जिसको ऐसे feel हो रहा है, you guys can go back to our page, listen to the entire session, and we hope that it gets really helpful for you also.
I would like to add something. तुबा ने जो इनिशियल एजेंडा शेयर किया था उसमें मैंने क्विकली कुछ थोड़ी सी चीजें देखी थी और सोची थी जिस तरह से मैं कर रही हूँ. सो इस सिचुएशन में यू कैन रियली टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम द आर्ट सप्लाईज. अब मतलब हर मदर को होता है कि बच्चे कब आर्ट सप्लाईज जो कि अबंडेंटली हर घर में मौजूद है. इवन देयर आर ट्यूटोरियल्स कि आपने प्लेटो घर में कैसे बनानी है, गिवन दैट के सारी जो मार्केट्स हैं दे आर क्लोज, द स्टेशनरी शॉप्स आर क्लोज. तो इस तरह की चीजें उनको दे दें, गिव देम अ प्लेस जहां पर आप उनको अलाउ करें कि मेक एनी काइंड ऑफ मेस, ठीक है, बट ऑन अ कंडीशन दैट दे विल टेक केयर ऑफ द मेस लेटर. कोई ऐसे उनको क्लॉथ्स आप दे दें, कोई एप्रन्स दे दें ताकि उनके कपड़े गंदे ना हो, क्योंकि मदर्स को ये भी थोड़ा सा होता है कि जी कपड़े पहने थे और करते हो गए, लॉन्ड्री करनी है, यू हैव टू मैनेज ऑल दीस थिंग्स ना, ठीक है. सो इस तरह से जो बच्चे हैं ना उनको इन्वॉल्व करें इस तरह की एक्टिविटी में. इट रियली हेल्प्स देयर मेंटल वेलबींग गिवन दैट ऑल द एवरीबॉडी इज एट होम इन द लॉकडाउन. और इसके अलावा जैसे आयशा ने मेंशन किया था कि डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं लाइक खान अकेडमी और इस तरह की चीजें. सो दोज ऑफ यू हु हैव एक्सेस टू TVs with internet connections, you can watch together some documentary as a family, or even you can sit together and read something where father is reading their own journals, mother is reading their own books, और बच्चे जो है आप उनको इन्वॉल्व करो कि वो अपनी बुक्स लेकर आए. सो इस तरह के कुछ फैमिली टाइम्स अगर आप कर सकते हो तो दे आर वेरी गुड. और कुछ मिडिल स्कूल के लिए मैं आई वुड रिकमेंड कि जो डू इट योरसेल्फ के की तरह के जो टास्क होते हैं, होममेड मटेरियल से, जो किचन से आपको बहुत सारा मिल जाते हैं कि जी वो वोल्केनो वाली इरप्शन कर ली है या कुछ और इस तरह की चीज कर ली है, कोई सेल और बैटरी से कुछ छोटा सा जो एलईडी बल्ब है वो आपने लाइट कर लिया है, ठीक है। तो इस तरह की चीजों में जो ये मिडिल स्कूल तक के बच्चे हैं, आप डेली उनको इस तरह के कोई टास्क तरह दे दें और आई एम श्योर दे विल एंजॉय दिस एक्टिविटी।
चलो
चलो अब मेरा ख्याल है मैं तो इसमें ऐड करूं एक हमारी एक so one person who's been really active on all of our comments is Farah Shams. I think she's left about 50 comments agreeing with you guys, so big shout out to Farah for being our most active and prominent commenter, and in the end, okay, I want to thank you Tahreem and Amna for joining us today for this very informative session, and Aisha for bringing you guys together. आ रही हूँ, Aisha पे भी आ रही हूँ, Aisha को नहीं मैं भूलती नहीं, मैंने कहा Aisha को मैं अलग से करूँगी कि उसने हम सबको इकट्ठे कर दिया इस तरह से इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे. And from the comments that we're getting right now, everyone is saying that it was a great session from you too, and I hope that
आपने scary अम्मी क्यों नहीं mention किया? The brand is so much bigger than me, so कहीं scary अम्मी का शुक्रिया.
वो हम शुरू में इतनी दफा कर चुके हैं, तो मैंने कहा इस दफा आयशा को भी हम कर दें. But thank you so much, guys. I hope that a lot of mothers who are sitting at home frustrated really took something out of this session and can implement it, and you know future में जो अभी हमारे lockdown days हैं उसमें कुछ improve कर सकें. And just thank you guys for being here, and I think that's it. So खुदाफिज करें अब हम.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, Maham and Aisha and Tuba, for giving me this opportunity.
No, thank you so much for
I
coming.
hope we all
stay in touch.
Get out of it soon. And
yes, yes.
And wash your hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also.
And just one last bit I'd like to add: it's never too late to join therapy.
Sure.
Yeah, you are right. Amna is very much right.
That's right.
And नाइन को कोई discount देना, आमना जो बेचारे struggling entrepreneurs हैं, they can't afford therapy. आप उसी तरह
आयशा नहीं है, struggling entrepreneurs में से आयशा नहीं है, किसी और की बात कर रही है, ये अपनी नहीं.
They have so yeah, they have a lot of therapists are providing free online counseling. I have a few friends who are doing that. They are therapists that are
you for
together. I was offering last week. I got my slots booked. Maybe I might do
so
something.
So whenever you're free, whenever you're free in the future, you can let us know and we'll advertise them. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We had a lovely time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Bye. Bye. I love it.
Okay.
Take care.